Intros are stupid. What's up, YouTube? Not really a rant. I was just kind of like brainstorming about stuff. And I was sort of thinking about like differences between Canada and the States. And I was thinking about how many states have open carry, concealed carry gun licenses and abilities. Like you can do that or whatever. And I was kind of thinking about what it's like, what it must be like to grow up between the two countries, or like going from one to the other or something. Because it's like in Canada, we, handguns were recently outlawed, so that we can't get or use those anymore. And tons of rifles and shotguns were recently banned in the last few years. And so like it doesn't matter anyway, because even if all those things hadn't been banned back then and still now, if you had a gun license, you couldn't walk around with your guns. They had to be locked and sealed in a case, and then you could take them to the range and back, and you had to have like permission to be doing that. Like it's not like in the States. But like my point is like, like being in Canada, you go to like the mall, you go to the food court, and let's say there's 500 people there. Probably only a small number of those people carry knives in their pockets. Like, and I'm just talking about like simple folding knife, like out of those 500 people in Canada, probably I don't know, I'm gonna guess around 100 maybe of them have some kind of knife in their pocket. And then it's in the States. You go to the States and you're in a food court, same number of people. Out of those 500 people, depending on the laws in the state, how many of those people have either a knife or a gun and are carrying at the time? So like you're in a food court ordering, I don't know, tacos, okay? And everyone, like 100 people out of those 500 people, all have a handgun in like attached to them, like either open carry or conceal. Like that's fucking wild, man, to think like that. I don't think that would faze me, because I'm not gonna be walking around starting shit with people. But like to the people in Canada who, even though like all we can carry on us is a knife of sorts, right? Out of those 100 people in Canada that don't have a knife, like out of the 400 people that don't have a knife in Canada, if they're in that same food court and they don't want to carry a knife, and now they're surrounded by people with guns, like that it just must be nuts. It's just crazy that two countries that are attached to one another can have such drastically different gun laws and knife laws, Although I guess it works in other ways too. I mean, there's states where like in California or something, I think the longest knife you can carry is like 2 or 3 inches or something. But in Canada, I can walk around with like, oh, this isn't huge, even. I mean, I could walk around with this, over a foot long friggin' knife, like just attached to my belt, right? But I can't even own a handgun. Can't even own it, let alone walk around with it. I don't know. Anyway, it's just weird that these two countries have such different laws. Yeah, peace out, guys.